All right, sixth graders, so what I have in front of me is some printer paper that I have cut down to be 5.5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. And all I did was, I got 5 pieces of printer paper, ripped them to size, and now, just like the original video I had you watch, you are going to make an original page, meaning that this page is not going to be in your actual flipbook, but this is how you can trace and how you know that your starting point for every single page is going to be in the same exact spot. So what I want you to do for this part of the project is you are going to draw the same exact thing that I'm going to, just so that you kind of understand how a flipbook works. Then next week, what we're going to be doing is you are going to start preliminary drawing your objects that you want in your flipbook. But this is just so that you can practice and kind of get the hang of what we're doing. So I have my original. Now, just like that video that you were supposed to watch last week said, you need to number all of your pages. So I'm going to do that first. I'm also going to draw a line down the middle. Now, half of 5.5 is 2.75, so I need a ruler, and I'm just going to use a Sharpie because it's easier to do that, and this is just kind of a practice book anyway. So I'm going to number all of my pages, and I'm going to draw a line halfway through so I know where to stop. Now that I have my original and all of my pages numbered, I'm ready to start. So all I did was number 1 through 10. You don't have to do all of the sheets, and those extra sheets are going to go in the back of your flip book, because if you watch the video, the girl said that if you have more paper in the back, it's going to be easier to flip later. And because we're only practicing, I only need you to really draw about 10 frames of this flip book. So my original drawing here has just a little bit of a stem, and I called it original so that I know that this is not going in my flip book. So I'm going to start with page number 1, and this page is going to be the starting for our tracer. Now, as we move forward, you're going to be tracing these pages as we kind of move forward, but this one you need to start. So I am going to put one on top of the original. Now, you might not be able to see it very well, but if you use Sharpie, you're going to be able to see your original lines coming through. So I'm going to start with the stem, and I have some little leaves to start. Remember, we're not drawing anything on this side of the page because when you flip it, you won't really be able to see that side. So I started more in the middle because we're going to be making a flower, and we want the petals to be able to fit right in the middle. We don't want them to get cut off on the side. So I'm going to set my original off to the side. I'm going to grab my number 2. Number 2 is going to go on top of number 1. And now I'm going to trace what I just did on number 1. But now I'm going to add the center of my flower. So I'm going to add a swirl. If you want to just add a basic circle, that is fine. It's your practice. So however you want to draw it is up to you. I'm going to set my number 1 off to the side. Now I'm going to flip it upside down so it stays in order as I'm drawing. So I have number 2. I'm going to grab number 3. Number 3 is going to go on top of number 2, and I'm going to draw the same exact thing that I just drew on number 2, except now I'm going to be adding flower petals one by one for my flip book. That's going to be the main component of this. So I'm going to just start with 1 petal. I'm going to take number 2 away. I'm going to flip it upside down, put it on number 1. Number 3 is going to be on the bottom. Number 4 is going to be on the top. If you need to pause the video at any point so that you can get caught up, that's totally fine. So again, I'm retracing exactly what I just did on my last page, and now I'm going to add another petal and get rid of number 3. Number 4 is on the bottom now. Number 5 is on the top. All right, so now I am on number 6, so I have 4 more slides to go basically. So here's where you can start to add some details. So maybe you add, some grass that's coming in, or maybe you add some more petals coming outwards from your flower. You can kind of see what I'm doing to make my flower a little bit more interesting.